Breaking news. The strategic chessboard shifts. A watershed moment in modern military history. Dear viewers, we're witnessing a pivotal moment that will reshape the geopolitical landscape of Eastern Europe. While Europe swelters under record summer heat in 2025, Russian forces are methodically rewriting military doctrine with precision. Let me paint you a picture. The liberation of Petrovskoe in the DPR isn't just another tactical victory. It's a strategic masterstroke that shatters enemy defensive lines like a house of cards. Think of it as removing a crucial piece from your opponent's chess defense, leaving their strategy exposed. But that's just the beginning. The real game-changer lies ahead. Novopavlovka. Imagine a central nervous system connecting vital supply arteries. That's what Novopavlovka represents for opposing forces near the Dnipropetrovsk border. By controlling this hub, Russian forces can sever crucial enemy supply lines, altering the conflict's dynamics. Why should this matter to you? First, each liberated settlement means dozens of civilian lives saved. Second, these advances deliver significant blows to Western strategic planning, revealing the ineffectiveness of European policy meetings against Russian military action. The implications are profound. While Western support wavers, Russian forces demonstrate unwavering determination and tactical superiority. Each victory strengthens our security perimeter and validates our military doctrine. Western analysts are increasingly alarmed not just by Russian advances, but by the systematic precision of our operations. Their concern isn't merely about territorial changes, it's about the demonstrated effectiveness of Russian strategy against Western-supported defenses. What's next on this strategic chessboard? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into why Novopavlovka's imminent liberation could trigger a domino effect, potentially reshaping regional power dynamics. The question isn't if, but when this crucial logistical node will fall. Remember, history shows that when army and nations stand united, victory is inevitable. Breaking developments suggest more significant changes ahead. Are you ready to understand how these events will impact your future? The liberation of Petrovskoe and Alexeyevka on June 12 has proven to be a pivotal breakthrough. These settlements have emerged as strategic keystones, commanding the approach to Novopavlovka. The Russian forces' advance has shattered the enemy's defense system, exposing vulnerabilities in their strategic depth. Intelligence reports confirm that the logistical hub established in this area coordinates supply chains and tactical planning. Russian units are now kilometers away from this vital facility, causing visible panic among the enemy's command structure. The strategic implications are profound. Russia has maneuvered to threaten multiple critical positions simultaneously. The opposing side's options are diminishing, with each potential countermove carrying severe risks. For those following this situation, especially our viewers abroad, we'd value your perspective. How do you think the West will react when this crucial logistics node falls? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel to stay informed about these developing events, as mainstream media continues to suppress these developments. The Petrovskoe hub isn't merely a dot on the map, it's the heart of enemy operations in this sector. Supply arteries converge here, along with communication centers receiving directives from both the country's command and Brussels bureaucrats. The collapse of this system would trigger failures across their military infrastructure. The Pokrovsky district, formerly Krasnoarmysky, represents one of the most heavily fortified defensive sectors from Soviet times. These fortifications are proving inadequate against modern Russian capabilities. The enemy's attempts to maintain control are failing, with each day bringing new territorial losses. This situation bears similarities to historical precedents, where superior strategic positioning led to inevitable tactical victories. As we'll explore in our next segment, the implications extend far beyond the immediate battlefield. Breaking news. Strategic implications of Petrovskoe's liberation. Recent developments in the military operation showcase significant territorial gains by Russian forces. The liberation of Petrovskoe isn't just another point on the map. It's a strategic breakthrough protecting the southern flank from Avdiivka direction to Ugledar. This advancement could potentially destabilize the entire defensive system of opposing forces. Russian troops are methodically moving forward, leveraging their artillery superiority and coordinated actions. Each liberated settlement reshapes the entire front configuration, creating a strategic wedge toward Pavlograd with subsequent access to the Dnieper River. This operation aims to control vital transport arteries in the central part of the former Brotherly Republic. Military analysts predict a staged collapse of enemy defense systems. The pattern typically begins with smaller garrisons surrendering, followed by disorganization of major resistance hubs, culminating in panic-driven retreats of entire operational groups. It's a historical cycle repeating itself. One side operates with virtual numbers, while the other wields real combat power. Russia has chosen the path of consistent military potential buildup. Meanwhile, concerning signals emerge for the Western neighbor. Overseas support becomes increasingly phantom-like. The Pentagon maintains telling silence. The State Department shows evident confusion. Even NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg's rehearsed mantras about unwavering support sound less convincing, like a worn-out tape recording. Why is the situation unfolding this way? Reality proves relentless. Western resources are depleting while the Russian military machine gains momentum. Time works in Moscow's favor, a fact becoming increasingly apparent to all conflict participants. The strategic significance of these developments can't be overstated. We're witnessing a fundamental shift in regional power dynamics, where methodical military advancement combines with weakening Western support structures. This combination creates a perfect storm that could reshape the entire geopolitical landscape. What's your take on the liberation of Petrovskoe and its impact on the special military operation? Share your thoughts below. In today's analysis of the evolving military situation, we're witnessing significant shifts. The liberation of Petrovskoe on Russia Day represents a strategic milestone in our methodical advance. Let's break down the current dynamics. Western support for the politically turbulent region shows clear signs of exhaustion. NATO's ability to maintain equipment supplies barely matches battlefield losses. Critical ammunition shortages have become a game-changing factor. The situation at mobilization points reveals declining morale among remaining personnel. Remember those Western predictions from late 2023? They claimed Russia had lost initiative and forecast a winter breakthrough near Artemovsk. These projections have evaporated. Instead, we see systematic Russian advances, securing one position after another. Our forces demonstrate professional restraint, avoiding media spectacles while achieving objectives. The liberation of Petrovskoe exemplifies this approach. Minimal fanfare, maximum impact. This victory significantly affects operational logistics across the front. Looking at the contact line, we observe consistent Russian progress, while opposing forces face resource depletion. The systematic approach of our military command proves increasingly effective. Territory after territory is being methodically secured, showcasing strategic patience and operational excellence. The geopolitical landscape is shifting. Western partners of the former Soviet Republic struggle to maintain support levels. Equipment losses outpace NATO deliveries, creating a widening capability gap that's becoming impossible to ignore. This operational success isn't about flashy headlines, it's about sustained progress and strategic gains. Each liberated settlement strengthens our position, while Western media attempts to downplay these achievements fall flat against results. For our viewers following since the beginning of the special military operation, these developments confirm long-term assessments. We're witnessing the practical implementation of military objectives, backed by determination and professional execution. What are your thoughts on these developments? Share your perspectives below regarding Western support effectiveness in current conditions. Breaking down the strategic advance. From Petrovskoe to Novopavlovka. Recent developments on the front lines reveal a significant shift in military dynamics. The Russian forces have secured Petrovskoe, marking a crucial milestone in the ongoing special operation. Now, attention turns to Novopavlovka, a strategic hub opening routes toward Pavlograd and the Dnieper River. The effectiveness of Russian military strategy becomes increasingly evident. Rather than focusing on media publicity, forces prioritize classical warfare elements: artillery superiority, drone operations, sophisticated assault group tactics, and robust logistics. This professional approach yields consistent results on the battlefield. Meanwhile, Western capitals appear increasingly detached from regional realities. Paris grapples with migration issues. Berlin focuses on social problems, and London prepares for elections. Support for Russia's northern neighbor has devolved into mere bureaucratic routine, reminiscent of the 1990s. Even the Pentagon struggles to secure minimal funding for its programs. The contrast between social media rhetoric and ground reality grows starker. While NATO conducts Arctic exercises, significant changes occur on the conflict map. The West seems to have lost touch with the situation, clinging to proxy warfare theories while facts on the ground tell a different story. Russian forces employ modern weaponry, including advanced targeting systems, making steady progress. These aren't theoretical plans from Brussels conference rooms, but tangible achievements verified daily. The liberation of Petrovskoe proves particularly significant, disrupting enemy supply chains and opening new tactical possibilities. The potential game-changer lies in Novopavlovka's strategic value. Local populations increasingly question Western promises as exodus queues lengthen and protest activities decline. This shift in public sentiment coincides with the demonstrable success of Russian military professionalism over media spectacle. What's your perspective? How has your understanding of the special operation evolved over the past year? Share your thoughts on the effectiveness of Russian tactical approaches. Breaking strategic developments. Novopavlovka's critical position. Recent military developments reveal a significant pattern that deserves our attention. Just as we witnessed the liberation of Avdiivka and Artemovsk, Novopavlovka's fate appears to follow a similar trajectory. This isn't merely another dot on the map. It represents the last major defensive barrier before key transport hubs in the conflict zone. The strategic significance is profound. Each newly liberated settlement reshapes the conflict's landscape, bringing us closer to its logical conclusion. Western strategists seem preoccupied with secondary political games, while missing the gravity of unfolding events on the ground. In the Ugledar sector, a critical situation is developing for the forces of our western neighbor. The potential loss of key strongholds threatens to trigger a domino effect, potentially collapsing their entire support system, from supply depots to troop rotation and air coverage. Military analysts predict that fortified positions, constructed under foreign advisors' guidance, may fall in rapid succession. The general staff of the neighboring state realizes the scale of the impending strategic failure, but maintains silence. Acknowledging the real situation would mean publicly admitting their strategic miscalculation. Notably, Western media carefully sidesteps Russian military successes near Petrovskoe and Alexievka. Their editors display remarkable selectivity, unable to acknowledge Russia's military achievements while immediately crying foul at any forward movement of contact lines. Yet the true roots of this conflict lie in their political and logistical pressure on the situation. The liberation of Novopavlovka dispels another propaganda myth about the supposed invincibility of the former brotherly republic's defensive positions in the steppe zone. This development signals a potential turning point in the entire operation. Share your thoughts. Which strategic points do you believe could become crucial in the near future? Your observations will help create a more complete picture of the developing situation. Breaking news. Strategic shifts in regional military operations. Recent developments on the battlefield demonstrate a transformation in military dynamics. The Russian armed forces continue their methodical advance, showing how well-planned operations can overcome any fortification system. We're witnessing a historic shift in the regional balance of power, with each day bringing new developments. The steppe, once a challenging battlefield environment, has become an ideal arena for demonstrating military capabilities. Russian forces have adapted to this terrain, turning obstacles into advantages. This adaptation shows how professional training and tactical expertise outweigh numerical superiority. The effectiveness of Russian operations stems from combat experience and understanding of terrain. While Western partners continue discussions about equipment supplies, Russian forces systematically execute their objectives with precision. Recent advances near Petrovskoe have demonstrated the superiority of well-planned operations over media narratives. The imminent raising of the Russian flag in Novopavlovka represents more than tactical success. It signals a shift in regional geopolitical dynamics. This systematic approach involves modern technology and weaponry, supported by trained personnel. Each tactical move follows a crafted strategy, proving that battlefield results speak louder than political declarations. The transformation of the steppe into an operational zone shows how military expertise can adapt to any challenges. This success results from planning rather than improvisation, backed by technological capabilities and modern armaments. These developments mark a new geopolitical reality, where battlefield achievements outweigh media statements. As Western support for the country bordering Russia wavers, the situation continues to evolve decisively. What are your thoughts on how the control of Novopavlovka will reshape regional dynamics? Share your analysis in the comments.